Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Peachy and this is Plant and Style. So today's video is going to be a bedroom tour because I feel like I owe you guys because I wasn't able to post anything last week because I have my reasons, please. And that is because I met up with my sister from the Philippines in New York, and I've never been to New York. And my husband let me have 5 days free of children, so of course I took the opportunity to unwind and to just hang out with my sister. My mom ended up tagging along, so we had a great time, and I didn't do anything planty during this trip just because my sister is not a plant person. So I just to be fair, we watched MJ the Broadway, which is so awesome, and I highly recommend. My sister and I had a great time, and so yeah, so I figured I owe you guys, and although it's not fully styled like I wanted to be yet, so you're just gonna see it the way it is. And anyhow, without further ado, let's look at all the plants in my bedroom, except for the hoyas, the hoya cabinet, because I don't want to be too redundant with all the hoyas. So we have just seen that, and if you have missed it, just do check it out in my videos list, or I'll link it down below in the description. So yeah, I'm babbling again. So without further ado, let's look at all of my bedroom plants. Welcome to our tiny bedroom, and I have placed all of my plants, most of it, in this corner just to create a micro environment, and that just means to increase the humidity and temperature because they are stuffed together, and they tend to do that. They create this good warmer and more humid environment, helping each other. Yeah, so I also have other plants on this side of the wall, and I guess we're gonna start right here since we're already here. This is my gorgeous whimsical Dischidia rosifolia variegata, and yep, it's loving life in here, and I wanted to take it outside, but then it's doing so well over here, so why change it, right, if it's happy. And then next to it is this philodendron white princess. I recently propagated it and chopped it over here, and it gave me 2 growth points, so now it's 2-headed and it's looking better than ever. So it's starting to be bushy again, so I think I'm gonna hold on to it a little while longer. And although the pole needs major help, as you can see, it's bending because that wasn't just my DIY pole, and I haven't yet replaced it yet because it's constantly putting out some new growth, and I didn't want to disturb it since it seems pretty happy. Anyhow, at the very top, you have just recently seen my philodendron snowdrift, and I'm sorry about the clamp light. It's my last clamp light that I have not replaced yet. I do already bought the replacement, but another one that I don't want to bother currently because it is making my snowdrift pretty happy, and it's given its beautiful colors currently, so I didn't want to bother it. And then down here is my husband's clutter, and this is my Anthurium Cyrenoi velvet, another one that I almost got rid of, and then it pushed this leaf out, so it's like nothing like its previous leaves before, and I'm liking the vibe, and it seems pretty easy enough that I just had to fill the reservoir. So I'm gonna leave it alone since it's happy over there. And then in this corner I have this rehab cabinet that is stuffed in this corner, but it's holding some of my precious propagations that need help, or imports, or yeah, so my hygrometer needs battery in there. But I am also planning on getting rid of this cabinet as well, because that's where my hamper should go. It's just, it's taking all the space. And if you're wondering what this tall tower is doing here, that is actually my Barina light, the one that the standing version, kind of like the mother light but cheaper. I'm trying to use the lights that's coming from the cabinet as well, might as well, and not waste any space or energy, you know what I mean? So yeah, I also have my Barina grow light hooked up in my ring light tripod, because I needed it to be higher for my pink princess up there and for my Monstera, so it would reach my taller plants, also the ones on the top of the Mills bow cabinet right there and on the shelf. So I wanted it to be able to cover everything literally. So I found this solution, and so far it's doing its work for me. So yeah, we're gonna start at the on the top right here, and I have used, this is just Amazon light, and then I use my old I think that's Sansi bulb, grow light bulb. So that's what I have currently, and we're gonna start. We're missing a plant over here. I think it needs another one over here. I haven't figured it out just yet, but this first plant right here is my Hoya linearis, and as you can see, it's getting longer. It's still in, I think this is very dry fern fiber with pon and leca and whatnot. Perlite. So it came with this substrate, and I haven't really messed with it just yet, because what I'm planning to do is actually propagate this, chop this into pieces and water root it, so I can plant it in pond and have a bushier pot. And then here we have this is a Ripsalis. I think this is a Pilocarpa with the wicker something, I don't know. It's got a fuzzy stems, if you call that stem, but so far it's nice, and it's not really pokey or anything. It's just a little fuzz, and yeah, it's giving that whimsical vibe that I'm hoping to achieve in this bedroom. And behind are just syngoniums that I think I am going to allow to crawl and cling onto the wall, since it's made of natural wood anyways. So hopefully it'll do something like that, and it shouldn't hurt the wall that way. Hopefully. So this is the syngonium milk confetti that is not looking very milky. The new leaf that is about to come is milky, so that's how they come out, and then it fades back into green without a lot of light. So obviously it's not getting enough sunlight where it's at, so I have yet figured that one out, so I need to adjust my lighting. And then behind there is a Syngonium tricolor. It's doing its thing. It's looking nice, but it's missing the white part of the tricolor. So far it's only showing green and pink. It's got a little speck of white here and there, but nothing noticeable, if you know what I mean. And then behind it is another Syngonium. I believe that's the pink spot. Syngonium pink spot. And yeah, they're not looking pretty right now. So I'm definitely not liking my Syngoniums currently. Apart from this one. This is the Syngonium pink salmon that I have featured on one of my favorites before recently. So yeah, right now it's got this tiny leaf on top right there because it's not attached to anything just yet. But like I said, I'm trying to make it cling onto the wall because I'm not planning on giving it any moss ball. If not, I am going to turn it into like a bushy plant. And then over here is my Hoya sunrise that I've decided to take out of the cabinet, and I think it's pretty happy. This is a bloom since it's been out here because it's bloomed twice already. Actually, this is the other peduncle where it had its other bloom. And as you can see, these are all aerial roots from having too much humidity inside my cabinet. That's why I've decided to take it out, and I'm trying to put it under this grow light to hopefully still bring in sun stressing leaves, red leaves, but it's looking like it's already fading, so it's telling me that it's not getting enough light for it to do that. So, and I also had this dragonfly clip stuck in here. So since it was trellised for a long time, it went inside the clip. So now I cannot free it unless I break the dragonfly or I break the plant. So far it's just stuck. It's stuck in there, and I don't think it's hurting the plant, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. I don't mind. And so yeah, this sunrise flower is amazing. It's so fragrant, and it's enough to actually make the whole bedroom smells like delicious. So I really enjoy that. I'm glad it's like a potpourri, a flowery scent, and that it smells so good in my opinion. And then here is another Ripsalis. This is the Ripsalis Paradoxa. Oh my god, I cannot remember. And over here is my other, oh no. I just dropped a couple of stems. So let me get that real quick. So anyhow, I was trying to show you this were my two Ripsalis newly addition into my collection, and look at what it's doing. It's blooming. I cannot believe it is blooming while it's in water. I'm trying to propagate it, water root it, so I can plant it in pond. And so that was my plan, and it started blooming for me. It was so cute. There it is. How cute. It's so freaking cute. That's the only one open, and I'm so glad that I'm still able to show you. You can also see some water roots forming at the bottom. It's almost ready to pot it up into pond. Next to it is my Hoya Qinghangensis small form that I recently moved it out here also because it was showing signs of too much light, like it's yellowing, it's too bleached, I believe. So I think that it's liking it in here, and you can see some new growths right there. And so yeah, I'm very glad that it's happy to be just out here and ambient. And I am trying to fill this top shelf with trailing whimsical plants. So I'm almost there. Not quite full just yet, but almost there. I have a few more plants in the Hoya cabinet that are going to come out soon to join them. So yeah, I also have a few blooms in there, and hopefully you can see from here I have my crassipetiolata bloom. Yeah, I'm gonna show a picture. I'm just gonna show a picture on the side because this is ridiculous. Oh my god, this is the first time I'm seeing this. I also have a, oh my god, which one is that? This is the Tangamus, Hoya Tangamus bloom. Oh my god, I know I wasn't supposed to show you Hoya cabinet, but yeah, that is worth seeing, right? Just have to see it in person, and I need to smell it as well. So I'm gonna, let's see. It doesn't smell like anything. That's usually is the case. Sometimes they're more fragrant at nighttime. And here, I just want to give you a close-up look. Wow, it's fantastic. Wow, that's a pleasant surprise. I'm sorry about that Hoya intermission, flower interruption. But anyhow, at the very back we have a Hoya pubicalyx Royal Hawaiian Purple in there, and it's just kind of chilling up there, and it's just recently put out this long tendril, purple tendril, and I'm just gonna let it be and let it grow how it wants it to be. So we'll see it again later. And then behind here I have, this is a philodendron burl marks, and I have recently took the cutting and sold it, and that's about it. I'm trying to bring the colors back as it's already turning green currently. Next to it I have a Hoya viola, who is another plant that I noticed to have this red freckles that I don't really like on its leaves, so I moved it out of the cabinet and away from highlight to hopefully encourage a darker, bigger foliage, just like the one it has currently right there, who are grown from a little darker. And then here is a Alocasia fried deck that I grew from corm, and then this is a Alocasia dragon scale. I think that's just the regular form. And then this is Alocasia dragon bone. Something like that. Dragon bone. And very, very easy Alocasia. This is super duper chill, and it's growing like that because it's trying to face the light. And you have seen my Hoya Hoya cabinet, and then we're gonna look at these plants down here first. At the very back I have here my Hoya Florida Ghost, who is slowly maturing. Finally, I've had this at the same time I had my snowdrift, and it has grown very leggy, and I have propagated it and sold some cuttings, grown cuttings already. And then next to it is my Florida Beauty that I have grown from a cutting as well, that I had to chop and prop forcefully to encourage more variegation. And this is the only cutting out of 7 cuttings that had successfully came back with beautiful variegation and like that. Oh my goodness. So I started this very, very small. As you can see the bottom, I've lost a few of the first leaves that grew under my care, but this one means so much to me now more than ever because we've been together, we've been together quite a long time. And this one right here is one of my philodendron pink princesses. It was a pop from, apparently this was from a Gabriella plant's lineage, and it had beautiful, beautiful variegation. I am loving this plant. And then here is what's left of my Syngonium pink slash, and this grew very, very leggy as well, so I've decided to prop it. And unfortunately some of the props died off, and I have another smaller one that I'm going to combine, so I'm trying to make a bushy plant. This is Syngonium strawberry eyes that I received as a rehab, and I have been cutting it to encourage more variegation as well, and so far I think that it's helping. It's still looking wonky and ugly, but I'm not giving up on it just yet. I'm really curious if I'm able to turn this around because it can be cute. It can be cute. I don't know if I'm able to achieve it, but we're gonna give it some time to recover. And then you've just recently seen my philodendron serpents over here that has just popped out a new leaf once again, so I'm excited to see that. And I have a few propagations of Syngonium mojito and then Syngonium three kings that I have just chopped and propped to make a bushy plant. And just a few propagations down below. This is a majestic that nobody cares about anymore. I try to practically give away my majestic and nobody even wants. And then over here is a growing wall of monsteras and philodendrons that need more highlight, and this Barina light is doing it for them, and I'm so happy about that. My Monstera aurea has stopped browning for me since using this light, to be honest. Beginning right here is my Monstera Adansonii Indo Mint, and I have chopped this in half because it was getting too tall, and since then it's already pushed out this new growth right here, and it's already on its way back to just growing bigger leaves once again. And this is the top cut. It's growing smaller leaves, but I don't know. I'm not sure what it's doing just yet, so it probably needs another extension pole, which I will probably be doing soon. And then you just saw my beautiful Monstera albo variegata, and it has a new leaf, and the other cutting has pushed out this new leaf as well. So it's about to get massive and bushy, which I am very, very excited about. And then what else is here? On the next tier over here is my philodendron Spiritus Sancti that started as a two-leaf rehab cutting, rooted cutting though, and it's pushed out this leaf right here since moving it out here. And yeah, it used to be in the cabinet as well, but I have decided to take it out since I had to extend its pole. I don't know why I did that actually, because it's got a very small internodal space, so I don't think it needed that tall of a pole anytime soon. So I'm probably gonna take out the top extension because it's looking funny right now. And then down here we have a philodendron white knight tricolor that is now have only one color, so I don't, it probably needs a chop as well, but it's so bad because it's finally sizing up. I have struggled with this plant so much, And then this is just a propagation of my Florida Ghost. And then here is my philodendron esmeraldense narrow form that I have propagated. This was from Ecogenera. And like I've mentioned, this is my Oria, who is, oh my god, it's looking beautiful. Lately, I almost chopped and propped this, and I'm so glad that I changed my mind because now it's looking, oh, sorry about that creaking sound, that's my vintage chair. So look at this new leaf. So obviously it's got 5 fenestrations. The one before it only has 4. So it's going to size up finally. And if you can tell, it's hard to see because the variegations has not burned in yet. But if you know, you know, you know that this is going to be with probably the most variegation out of all the leaves that it pushed out. So yeah, you are going to see that again for sure once the all the colors have completely burned in, just like this one. What a beautiful coloring now. I didn't used to get it like in the beginning. Look at that, look at all those sad leaves with very little and crispy variegation. So now after moving it in this room in front of this Barina light, it started to look so freaking awesome. So I'm sorry about the lighting, by the way. And then next to it is this beautiful philodendron domesticum, variegated domesticum, and another one that has come back for me. This is the top cut that I kept for myself, and I have ended up propagating and selling a bunch of its cuttings. So it's finally coming back, and this is the newest leaf, and it's looking like it's half moon variegated. Half moon. Every single leaf that grew in this plant has variegation, if not too much variegation actually. And yeah, I'm very glad that it's doing so well in this spot. Down here is my Syngonium aurea that I also propagated because it was turning green, but this is a new growth right here. These two are new growths, so it looks like we're doing good. We're coming back also. And then this is my beautiful silvery philodendron soderoy. This is the true soderoy that I got as a little tiny babies right there, and all of this stuff have grown under my care, and as you can see, it's sizing up. This one's still a little bit floppy, and yeah, I'm very happy with that. And then here we have, you've just recently seen my variegated Syngonium chiapens. Unfortunately, the new leaf has a very tiny variegation only. It seems like this plant is doing the alternating with variegation, very little variegation, or it might be reverting, but it's, I don't mind chopping it if ever. By the way, this is a north facing window behind here that does not help very much really. So at the very back, on the very top right here, is my philodendron pink princess. As you can see, it's finally giving me some colors. I have struggled with this plant like many others, and yeah, it's just not the greatest when it comes to its genetics. It's finally growing this bigger foliage as well, and the new leaf has suffered from damage at the very tip, unfortunately, but it's looking like, if you look at the stem, it's finally has some pink colors. So I'm gonna leave it alone and give it some time, and hopefully it will show some nice colorings pretty soon. For now, it's hanging in there. Behind here is my philodendron snowdrift. This is actually a butt cut of my mama, one of my originals, and I have changed the pole into a grow thickly pole because I wanted to extend it as tall as possible and This one top new leaf was just unfurling when I did that, and it suffered some mechanical damage during the process, and but that's okay. It's got two new leaves coming through, and yeah, it's gonna look better soon enough. Down here is this sad philodendron strawberry shade that I don't know what it's doing. When I checked the roots, its roots were completely rotten from the bottom, but it had established roots all the way to the top of the pole. So it's getting its nutrients from the pole. So I'm trying my best to keep this pole moist, and it obviously needs more moisture pretty soon, but it has splitted and grew two heads also, but both showing some wonky new growth, so there's probably pest going on. I have yet to check. And then this is what's left of my philodendron patriciae. It's actually come back to life, and that was the last propagation. And yeah, it looks like we have a new leaf, so I cannot wait to grow this one out. It's finally pushing out a bigger leaf. So behind there I have a Anthurium polystichum, something like, oh my god, yeah, something like that. And then behind here is my philodendron glorious. This is the bud cut, and this is the top cut right here, and I am planning on combining the two when I have time. So I'm probably gonna have that because I was waiting for this newest leaves to harden, so it again gained two heads. So since it gained two heads, so now I am actually contemplating on whether it needs to be combined or just leave it alone and sell them or something like that. So yeah, at the bottom here I have my propagation cart, and I just had a bunch of wet sticks that grew into something, and now I am trying to sell them or something. I'm gonna let you peek through my propagation cabinet once again. This is my Ceratostema rawii, and it's actually blooming currently, and this isn't the first time that I've seen its bloom, but this is the first time that it has more than one. So I can see three at least blooms in there. And then over here is my propagation of juvenile melanochrysum with philodendron gigas right there, and that is my round form crimson princess from my Hoya haul. It's still in its original mix, which I think is orchid bark or coco coir, I'm not quite sure. And this is the Potsii variegated, not variegated, Potsii splash, and it grew this leaf on the tendril for me. And this one right here is my Elaphoglossum metallicum that I got from Ecogenera, and it's rehabbing in here so far. I cannot see any root growth, but I'm just leaving it here since it's staying alive, you know. And then down here I have, this is very new, I just got this from Belief Tropicals, and this is Indo Dressleri. I'm not quite sure how it's going to turn, but I just got this from the mail like 2 days ago, so it's still acclimating in there. And then my Labicia fishbone over there has finally given me a new leaf, and that's that one, the one with the perfect leaf right there. And I'm so happy. I thought it wasn't gonna make it, but so far it's alive and it's doing its thing right now. I'm gonna wait a few more leaves before I'll experiment on it being out. So I have here the large form Carnosa Crimson Queen, and it just grew this growth point. It had that growth point right there. This is a Dischidia, some type of Dischidia, something Biacensis maybe. That is my Lambia red that has bloomed for me but has not given me any kind of growth whatsoever yet. And then at the bottom here I have that is Hoya ranoensis, and that I've propagated, and it looks like it has no growth already. And then another strawberry shake Rehab, my original seedling one that has not grown for me because once again it crisped up the top leaf, and then it is now has a new head, so I don't know what's going on over there. And then I have down here a Dischidia ovata that I propagated in perlite, and I'm trying to see if it grows in pond, and so far I've rotted a whole lot of it, a lot of my cutting, and yeah, some are still alive and it looks like some are growing okay. Over here is, oh my god, it's the most beautiful thing. I am so happy that this is growing well for me and in pond nonetheless, and look at all those roots in water right now. So this one I got as a stick, a rehab, and it's like not a completely stick, it's a rooted. It probably had like a couple leaves and a lot of crisping going on, and oh my god, the colors on this foliage is, this is by the way variegated hibiscus, and I've kept it in this cabinet for a long time because I wasn't really sure if it was able to withstand the cold outside. And I'm definitely gonna try to grow it indoors over the winter seasons, but my plan is to be able to take it outside and get like full sun. I know one of you guys told me that they need bright light and can't even take direct sunlight, so hopefully I'm able to provide that for it because it's looking gorgeous. Look at that. That's like fall vibes right there. It's so freaking cool. The colors will come out like bright pink and red, and then it will turn into like autumn orange sunset colors, and then it'll eventually fade into green, but the variegation will remain. As you can see, such a beautiful tree. That is a tree. So yeah, that is it so far for all of my bedroom plants, for all the plants that I keep in our bedroom. And as you can see, it's a lot, I know, but I do have plans of getting a greenhouse hopefully soon. But yeah, for now they live with me here in our bedroom, and it's tucked away in the corner, so it's fine. Everyone's fine with it, I think. So, and that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you had a great time as much as I did. And if you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell down below so you'll be notified when my future video drops. Again, thank you all so much, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye!